McMahon. What a start for Phoenix.
They'll be happy with this.
Couldn't read it in the face of Julie Hornweg, but maybe in 60 minutes' time there'll be a big grin creasing the face of the Phoenix coach. Gilsenan. Cox. Very casual delivery and take.
I must say that is Coxie's trademark, to be relaxed.
And Pratley gets the Swifts on the board. So Pratley last week shot at 86%, Cox at 83%. Pratley stood off in the last quarter against the Orioles as Leah Shoard was given a chance, and she shot 6 from 8. Certainly the toughest match of the season so far for the Swifts. Ingrid Dick to McMahon, a head spinner. Gerrard could only watch the ball fly by.
Great pass again by Ingrid Dick. She started well for the Phoenix.
Gilsenan to Cox. To Pratley. Kimberlee Green.
Great patience there by the Sydney Swifts, working it around until they could find the ball in.
Well, whose ball is that? It has to be Pratley, surely. Curran was just waiting for the umpire to make a call. Fair enough, play the whistle. Right decision in the end. Chokljat with Green at a shoulder.
You can just see the intensity of this match. It's a really fast pace but controlled, and Liz Ellis there getting called for contact, having a go. Not sure about that. Could have been probably play on.
Yeah, there wasn't much contact, was there, but she expressed her disappointment too, which she's got to be careful about.
I'm sure she was just asking a question.
Asking a question with a clap of the hands. Are you listening to me?
Exactly.
Are you talking to me?
Great try there by Alison Broadbent, who actually was on ABC commentating on Friday.
Yeah, and did a great job too. Ingrid Dick. Ellis this time takes it cleanly out of the hands of Cynna Kydd.
Brilliant play there by Lizzie, because Cynna was actually flat-footed. She came through. Yes, was contact on Bianca. She tried to pretend it wasn't.
Walked away smiling. Cox.
Great shot there by Coxie.
Phoenix had the centre pass though, and a 2-goal lead with 4.5 minutes gone. A floating pass to McMahon as Jacobsen hits the floor and gets up quickly.
Been a lot of players on the floor. Not sure if that's a sign that the court's slippery or a bit of sweat left out there from the last game. As Monia lands on Sharelle for a contact. She's got the penalty shot.
Phoenix, I imagine, don't read too much into the fact that their crosstown rivals, the Kestrels, had a win here, but it can't be a bad omen for Melbourne sides on this double-header day. Cox to Gilsenan to Pratley. Broadbent up the line to Green. Oh, kept that left foot just in play on the line.
Kept it in and tried to pop it up to Catherine, but Bianca Chatfield had very good positioning there in front of Catherine and got the ball. Great tip there by Alison Broadbent.
Got the ball. Is that you? It went under the table there. There we go.
They thought I was still playing. Good try there by Alison Broadbent. Came through with 2 hands, but it went out of court. Phoenix ball.
Jacobsen. Ellis, always hers. And nice no call. I like to see a bit more of that. Kate Wright just kept the whistle out of the mouth as the ball spilt nicely to Ellis, and away they went.
Natasha Chokljat there for the Phoenix, trying to come through and hunting down the intercept, but unfortunately contacted along the way, so she's out of play.
Interesting pass from Cox to Gilsenan off the hip.
She did very well, Selina, then not to go offside. Good balancing.
Pratley, sweet shot.
She's been accurate all year, Pratley. Very good for the Swifts.
Phoenix are 6 from 6. And the Swifts just missed 1 of their 5 attempts. Ingrid Dick. McMahon, how was the delivery to Cynna Kydd? Oops. And Ellis punishes the missed close shot.
And that's what happens when you do play the Sydney Swifts. Certainly you have to capitalise when you get the ball into the post, because if you don't, they'll be there for the rebound, and that's exactly what Liz Ellis did.
These teams met 4 times last year, and Phoenix won 3 of them. The Swifts only won the first match 65 to 54. The important thing I think about those matches last year, Eloise, and of course she played in them, was Monia Gerrard only played in one of them.
She did, and it was the first one.
And the one that they won. And so crucial was she to the strength of their defence. I think it played a significant part in their fortunes after that. But not that I'm offering them excuses, but you know, Gerrard's quality.
Well, it's really difficult to replace, really.
Oh, how's that? Susan Prattley. No reaction at all, but it was great reflexes and skills.
Fantastic to be able to pull that in from off the court and put it up and score the goal for her team. Well done, Susan.
Jacobsen, smart ball. Cynna Kydd used the floor to beat the defence. And Ellis is there again. Got touch off to Gerrard. Another nice no call from Kate Wright after the contact.
And Cynna Kydd at this stage sitting on 50%. So what she's got to do is really make sure she scores those goals.
Oh, Gerrard just stepped in. Tried to use the ball to stop her tumbling into that goal third. Kydd.
Good backup on the line by Natasha Chokljat for the Phoenix.
Misread from Curran, but good backup from Chatfield.
That was certainly nearly over a third.
Yeah, I think that's what the gasp of the crowd was about. They don't miss much, do they? An educated netball crowd. They're right on the umpire's case.
That's the one I'm talking about from Cynna. She's got to sink them. It's important in big matches.
She shot 80% last week, and McMahon 93. Sharelle only missed 2 shots against the Thunderbirds. You know, in a losing performance. Great game, though. Prattley.
Prattley's being nice and steady in the attack end for the Sydney Swifts. It's good to see.
Not much to go on with the stats like penalties or intercepts or rebounds. All very even through the first 9 minutes. Julie Fitzgerald.
And certainly that's what you'd expect, an even performance from these three. They've been absolutely phenomenal teams for the history of our competition. So it's always a sensational contest and one to watch.
Over the years, they've been 2 of the more evenly matched sides. Swifts lead at 12-11 in head-to-head plus 1 draw, but Phoenix, as we mentioned, have won the last 3. The Swifts shape up a bit differently this year. No Megan Anderson at the moment. She's in New Zealand. Oh, that's off Sydney hands. So Phoenix ball and quickly played on from Chatfield. Kimberlee Green in the centre. The Swifts have picked up 4 darters in Prattley, Green, Jo Sutton and Jackie Murphy.
That was contact then on Selina Gilsenan. It was a good try, though. She kept on the right side of the goal ring and tried to have a go, but unfortunately got called for the contact. Great shot by Cynna.
4 from 6, and McMahon 4 from 4. So 8-7 Phoenix with under 5 to go in the first quarter. Obstruction against Chokljat.
You know what, I'm really enjoying this tussle from Kimberlee Green and Natasha Chokljat. They're both going head-to-head there and giving each other a bit of biffo along the way, but it's great to watch the intensity of both those players. Bad feed, both. Always start pumping someone up, and what happens?
Yeah, Kimberlee just having a look at Catherine Cox saying, what did we do wrong there? What do you want from me? And as long as that communication is positive. Oh, Prattley does
Kept
well
in.
to get it to Gilsenan, and no! Oh, Green has a second slice of bad luck.
She nearly had the twinkle toes right there, trying to keep out of that goal ring.
Oh, I think
Kept in
Prattley's
well
toe
from
might have been over the line,
There
so maybe
she
there's some justice there.
Oh, straight in.
I reckon Prattley was out, so it doesn't matter. Curran, McMahon.
Great drive by Wendy Jacobsen to the corner.
And through Ingrid Dick to McMahon, and the challenge from Gerrard, ineffective in the end. 9-7 Phoenix, and they've got the centre pass. They can open this up a little. They did lead by a few early. Ellis takes the mishandled ball. The pass was behind Sharelle.
It was great pressure by Monia Gerrard to be right on Sharelle McMahon's tail, making her work for every ball. That's what she needs to do for the entire match.
And the defence is having some say in this first quarter. Another turnover. A pass over the fingertips of Gilsenan that time. Curran.
Lucky.
Lucky. harder I practice, the luckier I get. You know that one, don't you? Jacobsen. Gerrard nearly got away with that.
Yeah, she's asked the question to the umpire. It's probably a little bit of body contact on the way round, but certainly worth a shot.
Contact against Ellis. McMahon.
I don't know if you heard a guy in the crowd yell, but that was Sharelle McMahon's husband, Greg Mansfield, who's yelling support.
This is taking some getting, this goal, and finally it's there.
Not sure Julie Hallmer could be that happy with how many shots at goal the girls have taken to get that one through.
Touch from Jackie Jashari saying yes, McMahon saying no.
I like how Jackie's actually handling that.
Yeah.
You know, just saying no, it wasn't off you. She believes in her call and gets on with it.
Yeah. There's no need. Sometimes umpires treat the players like school kids, and I like that exchange. It was a very one-to-one.
She was like, "Come on, Sharelle, you know you touched it."
and even if you disagree with me, I got the whistle.
Exactly. Yeah, no use advancing, just questions. This is, you know, the intensity of this match. You know, they know it's do or die, these two teams. They're really gunning for the points. So there's a bit of passion out there. Of course you get heated.
McMahon.
Great feed again by Ingrid Dick.
I think Phoenix especially don't want to drift to a win-loss stat of 2-2.
Exactly.
And they can pull the Swifts back to 3-1 if Phoenix win here, and they'll be 3-1. And you've just had the Thunderbirds as the only unbeaten side after 4 rounds. They are yet to meet the Swifts as some of the Phoenix players warm up. Oops. And Ellis nearly cleans up Kate Wright.
She's come back so well from her knee reconstruction, Lizzie Ellis, to come out for those balls. And the crowd.
Ingrid Dick saying, I'm not sure about that one.
Crowd's not happy.
Green to Pratley. This is the pass. Oh.
Well, she didn't probably have possession of the ball, which is probably what the umpire saw. She got a contact to the head, but maybe the ball had gone out of court before that.
Pratley. Cox baseline. Rolls across.
Good rebound there by Bianca Chatfield. Great positioning.
Excellent take from Kydd on the advance there. Pass nearly overshot her, and it did that time from her hands to Jacobsen.
Oh, carry. Justice was done there. The ball didn't go through.
Well, it's turnover city at the moment. There's 19 between them. Kydd. And there's 15 seconds left. The Swifts will be trying to stop a 3-goal lead here for Melbourne, and they'll look to get it in quickly.
That was good that was let play on. Cynna didn't have control, and Liz just grabbed the ball, tipped it out of court.
Needs to get the shot away. She does, but too late. No goal there. And a good first quarter from both teams. Phoenix out by a few, hauled back to level terms, then leading it by the 2 at quarter time. It's Melbourne Phoenix 12, Sydney Swifts 10. And Wendy Jacobsen has had a good first quarter, back in the lineup after sitting out last week with an ankle problem. What have you made of her first 15 minutes, Adelaide?
Look, I think she's moved extremely well and should be pumped up for this match. She was very disappointed at missing the Thunderbirds clash. And look, to tell you the truth, they probably needed her as well, her feeds and her drives. And it's like she's had a bit of a rest, but she's got off the floor there and kept going.
Is that the rest you mean?
Yeah.
That 2-second rest.
No, she's a great player, great feeds. You'll see her combine very nicely with Sharelle McMahon. They played a lot of junior state teams together. And that's obviously a key to watch of her game, the ability to feed to Sharelle.
And at this level in this league, your mid-court players have got to be able to mix and match, and I think you've got that at Phoenix. Yeah,
certainly. Look, worked hard over a number of years to develop a great attacking end. And look, Wendy Jacobsen and Ingrid Dick have really cemented their spot.
Keep that going, all right? Just stay really dogged on your defence. Great, our defence is fantastic through there, but once we get the ball, you've got to get going. We're kind of standing in behind for 1 or 2 passes to see what's happening, where one of you has to go really hard straight away, all right, and open up the space for these guys, all right? Finish coming onto the ball. Some of you are starting to come off the ball a little. Just finish that last step going towards it. It's all right, don't worry about it.
So Julie Hornweg, fairly positive about what she's seen so far, and the stats we said are mostly even, but Phoenix just edging away towards the end of that quarter.
Yeah, and you can see the attempts to couple down by the Swifts, and that actually is the goals. Like, at the end of the day, they're both shooting around similar percentages. Penalties are even. Look, it's a tough contest. This is what you'd expect from these two teams.
So, an interesting first quarter, and Sam Dennis has been down there listening to the Swifts end. Sam.
Thanks, Steve. Well, I was listening to Julie during that quarter, and she was really emphasising to the girls to get close, don't give them any room in defence. Tighten up is what she was saying. You can't afford to give Phoenix any room. The attacking end for the Swifts is just not doing their usual rhythm, so she's decided to change Kath Cox back to goal shooter and put Susan Prattley back at goal attack. So hopefully this helps them get a bit more of a routine happening.
Thanks, Sam. Yes, Cox and Prattley. Cox more familiar perhaps at back at goal shooter. Do you like that move?
I do. I love Coxie at goal shooter. I think she's very dominant. She's a target for them. And, you know, when she gets her eye in and she's settled in that circle, she never misses. So I hope that that's a good move for them at this point in time.
Australian teammates. What do you talk about in moments like that?
Well,
just a second. Selina Gilsenan off to Gerrard and Green as we start the second quarter. Against Australian teammates lining up on each other all over the place, but Cox and Chatfield, just a little conversation before this quarter began. What might they have said?
Funnily enough, they get along very well, and they are roommates when the Australian team tours everywhere. I'm sure that, I was going to say Sharelle, Catherine Cox was just saying, I'm ready for you.
You think? Okay.
There you go. She gets that first one.
So the Swifts first to score in the second quarter, trailing by 2 at the first break. Let's see how the score swings. We had a number of changes of momentum in that Phoenix Thunderbirds match last week.
It was actually a bad throw by Sharelle. She'll be very disappointed at that missed opportunity to take it down into a Phoenix goal circle.
Gerrard, Prattley, Gilsenan. I think Catherine was looking for a penalty more than the throw in there. She got more than she bargained for out of Bianca. Prattley. Phoenix.
Oh, I was probably unlucky. I thought actually it would have been a Swifts ball coming off Johanna Curran, but the umpire was right onto it and called it the other way. Great hands by Sharelle.
Too quick, but Ellis is there to take it out of the hands of Cynna Kydd. She's reading those balls well. Gilsenan over the top to Green.
Great speed by Green. Oh.
Nice shot for goal, but...
probably just needed to control her landing a little bit. She lost Natasha Chokljat.
Let's play on, but she's only been able to assist the Chocolate with the ball in.
Unfortunate on Ellie Broadbent there as well. I thought that could have just been play on rather than... or a Phoenix throw in rather than being put out of play. Great hands there by Susan Prattley.
Curran. Chocolate. Ingrid Dick to the corner for McMahon. Jacobsen top of the circle. Good roll from Cynna Kydd and contact against Ellis. One-handed possession, I suppose, of Cynna Kydd. Oops, a bit long. And a juggled ball through Gerrard, Ellis and Gilsenan. Players not on court at the moment for the Swifts in Jackie Murphy. Her parents have made the drive up from Wagga to be here. I'd love her to get on, but in a tight match like this, it may not be the one that she gets on. But, Murphy's from Wagga to Melbourne on the chance of seeing their daughter play. Ball did not want to come down. There's Jackie Murphy on the far left there next to Jo Sutton. One of the 4 Canberra players they picked up in the off-season. Phoenix ball, 12 all, and 3 gone in the second quarter. Oh, Jacobsen put plenty on that. And Cynna Kydd working with Ingrid Dick. Gerrard defending, short shot.
Oh, nice follow-in for the rebound there by Cynna Kydd.
That is physical in that circle.
Great skills by Monia Gerrard. She's flicked it off to Selina Gilsenan and reclaimed it.
And the Swifts are making a good run here. Phoenix haven't scored in this second quarter. Prattley, contact for Curran. purses the lips, can't believe the call went against her.
As all defenders do.
Jacobsen. And Cynna Kydd's stats have just dropped a little, 6 from 11. And another turnover at this attacking end for Phoenix. What's going on, Eloise?
They're actually just rushing it. Instead of they're actually shooting at Cynna, she's gone to flick it off to Sharelle. You can't afford too many extra passes when you're playing the Sydney Swifts. Their defence end is phenomenal. So when you get your opportunity in there, you put the shot up.
And
no love lost.
Hip and shoulder that Jeff Southby would have been proud of. Catherine Cox and Jamonia Gerrard shot Sharelle a filthy look after that one.
I think it's fantastic. They're both going for it. Whoa, she's flying across the floor.
My brother Mark, who plays for the Brumbies, doesn't tackle her that hard.
I'm sure she's played backyard rugby and had many a tussle with her brother.
Pratley. And the Swifts have scored 5 unanswered goals. Great run from the Sydney Siders. Cynna Kydd.
Phoenix need to steady here. They need to capitalise. They're going over the top. Present forward.
Really making some mistakes in that attacking third. Green nearly over a third that one, but she did well. Oh. Chatfield stuck the foot out. That's nearly a deliberate kick, but that doesn't matter. There was something in the circle.
There's a penalty on Johanna Curran. So Pratley gets the shot.
I think someone's going to get injured shortly and there'll be a timeout. Swifts have scored 6 in a row. Throw in to Phoenix.
Unfortunate there. Didn't realise it was so close to the edge of the court.
I think one more turnover. Oops. And Kimberlee Green in and under Natasha Chokljat.
And it's a tough match today. Oh, Natasha claims the ball, but Kimberlee Green took her feet out and she did get the penalty.
Much needed goal here for Phoenix. Can McMahon? She can. And a big cheer goes up at Vodafone for the Phoenix first goal of the second quarter, and it took 6 minutes.
And they're the passes you can't really afford to do. Putting the ball up in the air is not a good option against the Swifts, but they do finish off.
And Phoenix have stopped the rot. They need a couple of turnovers themselves now. Gerrard working with Green.
Oh, great ball by Bond to Green.
Well done, Curran. Read the pass beautifully, and the backups there from Chatfield and Ingrid Dick.
Pratley will be disappointed with herself that she actually passed it out to try and reclaim a closer position. Probably just should have put the first one up.
And Gerrard gets the rebound and just misjudged.
Oh, great take.
McMahon. And Phoenix 3 in a row. Trail by 1. Jacobsen. Bit of a penalty count running against Phoenix now. 21-15. So we're fairly even through the first quarter. Oh, goodness. Gilsenan put Gerrard under some pressure there. And Gerrard's given up the contact.
It was a great fight for the ball. It was a loose ball and they were both running after it. Wendy probably just had a fraction earlier grab on it.
Ellis all over Sharelle McMahon. The captain and vice captain having a great go. Who do we think's captain at the moment? Of the Australian
I'm saying
team?
Co-captains.
Are you all right?
Well, they're both captains. It was unfortunate with what happened with Lizzie not captaining the Commonwealth Games. So Sharelle got her opportunity and she did a great job. So I call them co-captains. Then you're not doing injustice to either.
Norma Plummer is watching the match, I believe, today.
I think she'd love to be here watching this one, seeing all her troops out there fighting it out.
Cynna Kydd trying to get back into the Australian team. Lots of players pressing for selection. I think on the evidence we've seen from Demelza Fellows in the last couple of weeks, you have selectors thinking about her again.
She came on against the Phoenix last week and certainly did her job.
She did well on Friday night in Brisbane as well. Cox. Swifts by 2. 6 1/4 minutes left in the second. Sydney gets set for the centre pass. And that rush it perhaps like the Adelaide Thunderbirds, who love that quick centre pass after the goal, don't they?
They do. It's a different type of setup. Swifts are more patient, working it through.
Green.
Oh, they've opened nicely.
Yeah, Cox was offering at the top of the circle. That drew eyes to her, and Gilsenan was open on the far side. Alison Broadbent. And time is called by
Monia
Gerrard. Now, she's had a couple of heavy knocks, notably with Sharelle McMahon. Having an animated discussion with Wendy Jacobsen, but Liz Ellis is having a terrific game for the Swifts in defence. She's taken some intercepts and rebounds.
She just reads the ball beautifully. She comes out and attacks those passes into the corner, has great rebound skills. She's lost nothing from coming back from her injury. It's like she never went missing for 6 months on the rehab program.
3 intercepts and 2 rebounds for Liz Ellis, 4 rebounds for Gerrard, who's spring-heeled. But you know, I say as you get older, the plyometrics, your vertical jump tends to just drop off a little bit. Liz doesn't seem to have lost it. I think she's worked so hard to get that knee right that if anything, she's improved.
Well, certainly. She looks so fit. She looks the fittest that I've seen her in a long time. And look, she did stick to her rehab program by the absolute letter. She did not let anything to chance. She did absolutely everything possible.
Phoenix trail by 3, having led by 2 at quarter time. Quite a turnaround here in the second quarter. Cynna Kydd.
It's a much better steady by Sharelle McMahon, enabling her to get her balance and feed in nicely to Cynna Kydd. I keep saying it.
That's all right. It takes us a while.
Her husband will not like me.
He's a netballer. He understands. Cox. Great hold from Chatfield, and the shot was short. Careful when you say that. And Chocolate and Ingrid Dick getting in each other's way there. Broadbent, Gilsenan, Cox. Oh, risky, 1 extra pass. Contact against Cox.
It was great coming then by Natasha Chokljat. Bianca got a tip on it, and she was there to scoop up those loose balls.
So Phoenix, just get the feeling the next couple of goals in the last 5 minutes of this quarter, crucial. Sydney have worked very hard to get to the front.
Their pressure in their defensive end has been amazing, and particularly on the shots. Now they're starting to sting for the Phoenix. They know they have to dig deep and put them in, even when they are challenged.
Phoenix
well
down.
done, Ali Broadbent.
Phoenix down 8-5 this quarter. The ball spills to Chatfield, and away come Phoenix again. Jacobsen.
Advantage caught in centre, advantage obstruction, goal attack, advantage obstruction centre.
McMahon leads Gerrard out of the circle. And Broadbent.
Just offside there.
Done there.
It's a good try.
Advantage offside centre.
Cynna Kydd. Good setup from Phoenix. I think Ingrid Dick is playing as well as she ever has.
Certainly is. She's been, I think this is her 10th season in this league, along with Sharelle McMahon. Very experienced players.
Gerrard. Sydney having to be very patient here to break down this Phoenix defence across this transverse line. McMahon.
She was just over that transverse line and offside, unfortunately.
Green. Pratley trying to get to the front. Pratley hasn't had many opportunities in this quarter. Desperate to get this one. Wrestles it away from Curran, and through it goes. Pratley 10 from 11. (9-6) the Swifts up this quarter for a 1-goal lead. Broadbent into the back of Ingrid Dick.
Bring defence contact.
I think the umpire's actually called contact on Ali then.
Advantage contact with contact goal.
Contact against Gerrard, so the penalty's just starting to roll through. The desperation evident in the play.
even. Great game.
Phoenix shooting at 68% to Sydney's 79. That's the difference at the moment. Phoenix have had 4 more attempts, locked together at 19 all. And lots to see on the ABC Netball website. There's the address for you, abc.net.au/netball for the results and latest news and stories. Curran, Chokljat, Ingrid Dick. Oh, hands are over every pass.
It's great defensive pressure. And probably Ingrid will be disappointed with that. She stepped on and put herself under pressure.
Sydney presenting a couple of options at that transverse line with Broadbent and Gerrard back there. Just gives you more angles to work with. Into the circle now, Prattley.
She's been presenting very well, Susan Prattley. The warm-up there by the Phoenix team. Simultaneous break, I think.
When did you last see a toss?
Well, I thought it was when an umpire couldn't make a decision. But
I haven't seen one for 2 years. Can I tell you, in a televised game?
Well, that's what I thought was kind of being phased out.
Yeah. McMahon. And the Swifts still have it by 1.
Sophie O'Shea and Talei Bari there in the Phoenix group, sitting behind the bench.
Broadbent to take it. Last minute, second quarter. What a match we've got. I've played some of these over the years.
Bianca Chatfield there just wrapping around the body of Catherine Cox. So Coxie gets a penalty pass or shot. And as casual as you like it, she pops it in.
Turned 30 this week. Didn't like really being reminded of it. Catherine Cox.
Isn't 30 the new 21?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, gosh, there's some hands up for that one. Both Chatfield and Curran trying to stop that last goal. Maybe it won't be the last. Still 15 seconds. That's plenty of time. But Phoenix can execute here. Jacobsen, McMahon. Oh, Gerrard wins out.
Beautiful defence there. She swung around, taking that intercept really well.
Swifts by 3. Last second. Cox. That one won't count either. But they'll be well pleased with that. They've won that quarter by 5 to take a 3-goal lead. The Sydney Swifts really relishing the job in the second quarter, and they lead it at Vodafone against Melbourne Phoenix by 23 to 20.
Join us on ABC2 for the Mantra Music Specials.
She said that one of the last things that falls into place after a knee reconstruction in the rehab is your turning, the ability to turn on a sixpence, if you like. She felt she was turning like the Queen Mary, but I've never seen evidence of that. She seems to have all her mobility.
Good work there by Natasha Chokljat. Put the pressure on.
Caller's knees. Alison Broadbent's had both knees done. Our colleague Liz Boniello the same.
I think we need to be sponsored by an orthopaedic surgeon.
McMahon, Ingrid Dick Jacobsen to the floor again, but is up quickly and works to the corner, but the ball falls to Liz Ellis once more. So Phoenix yet to score in this third quarter. They're starting third as they did the second, and that's dangerous. Gerrard, as they work it across the court. Prattley. Cox to Green. Swinging over to Gilsenan, and Prattley having to work hard to create some space, but that's the patience you talk about.
It is the patience, and Catherine Cox doing a lot of workload and talking and telling him where to swing the ball. Great leadership there shown by Catherine.
Swift scored the last 2 of the second quarter and the first 4 of the third. Make that 5, so it's 7 in a row and a 28-20 lead. Curran, exasperated, somebody to pass to.
Oh, and it's yours, Steve.
Yeah, I did well, didn't I? The camera doesn't come around here to see the take with the pen in one hand. It was tough. Jacobsen. Ingrid Dick knocks up the loose ball. Cynna Kydd out of the circle. 2-on-1 from McMahon. And they're Ellis and Gerrard. no fun to be had there.
Fair bit of talent in that circle.
You've got 4 players who have or still are playing for Australia in that circle.
And you've got Alison Broadbent at the wing defence, recently retired Australian player playing wing defence with Sydney Swifts.
And 3 out of the 4 at the other end. And Johanna Curran, one day, I reckon, will be playing for Australia. She's got enormous ability. So.
Very smart girl. Reads the play extremely well.
McMahon. Oh dear, that was never on. That's pressure can create those mistakes even when over that particular incident it wasn't that much over the ball.
No, it wasn't much pressure over Sharelle, and she'd be disappointed that she threw that ball. I think she thought Cynna Kydd, should I say, was going out on the lead, and unfortunately she pulled out of it, but the ball had already gone. Swift's ball, they're attacking well. Possession, they've called.
Possession for Pratley. Out it comes, and Curran gets the last laugh. They won't be laughing unless they win, though. Chokljat, Jacobsen. Cynna Kydd leading out, doing a lot of work away from the circle.
Nice quick hands there by Ingrid Dick into Sharelle McMahon.
And Ellis has the elevation. And Lizzie Ellis is up to how many rebounds? Just the 3, but 4 intercepts. 7 important possessions for Ellis.
Contact on Bianca Chatfield, coming around the body of Catherine Cox.
7-1 quarter for Julie Fitzgerald's Sydney Swifts. Kimberlee Green. I think she's a young player who is benefiting enormously from playing in this experienced lineup. In that first game we did in Melbourne, she gave up half a dozen turnovers in the first quarter.
Yeah,
and then settled into the match and played terrific
passing errors, but certainly she's improved over even the last few weeks with her feeds and her drives. She always had it in her, though. She's maybe just had an off night that night we saw her.
Well, only for 1 quarter. It was my point, really. She recovered well. Kydd.
Good shot by Cynna Kydd.
9 to go in the third. Green picks up the scraps. Pratley. Cox, no one to pass to in the circle. Pratley was still caught outside. She's quick over the first couple of metres, isn't she, Susan?
She is. Decisively, too.
Chatfield, rocket pass to Ingrid Dick. Wendy Jacobsen, cross court to Chokljat.
I think that pass was actually from Sharelle McMahon meant for Wendy Jacobsen, but Cynna Kydd pulled it in anyway.
Shoot from range, and it'll come out. Gerrard, it's just swooped across the circle.
She read that rebound very well. It's one of her great strengths.
Gilsenan. Skill in itself, do you think, reading the ball off the ring?
It is, and particularly when you are in a defensive stance, recognising that the goal is going to miss and then trying to work out where it's going to go.
Susan Pratley requiring some attention from Sean Mungavan.
I think it's something to do with her foot because she's taking her shoe off. Julie Hornweg talking to the Phoenix team.
21 turnovers against Fix, 19 for the Swifts. And there is played with an intensity this match that, as we alluded to, is going to produce a few. But I don't think the coaches would be thrilled.
No, they wouldn't, because they want to make sure that when you do get a turnover, you capitalise on it. But there's been far too many little things been happening, bad decisions like that one, bad choices in your throws like that one.
How are you doing, Eloise? I'm concerned about you. Phoenix is trailing here. You all right? You going okay?
Look, you know, as I say, in a game of netball, you know, unless it's a 20-goal blowout, you're still in it because you get every second set of pass.
You were doing a brilliant job being neutral. I said that before the game, and I'll say it now. Outstanding.
I'm talking up good netball, regardless of team.
That's the way. A bit more attention on the left ankle for Susan Prattley, as you've observed over the years, folks. They always come in with some preventative strapping.
And we have a change to the Melbourne Phoenix lineup. We've got Sarah Wall coming in at wing attack, Wendy Jacobsen coming off.
Okay. So maybe her ankle, Wendy Jacobsen's, is causing a bit of trouble, but in comes Sarah Wall.
Just about ready to get back into the action here.
It's great to see Sarah Wall out there. She's been training very well. I do go down every Wednesday night still. I can't leave the place.
Yeah.
Been training very well, so well deserved.
Contact.
So Joanna can't get the ball cleanly. She went through 2 players.
Somewhat. And an early test of the restrapped ankle of Prattley. And contact against Prattley in the end.
I'll play that on. That wasn't a contact. It's just having a go for the rebound, both of them.
So Phoenix will be hoping that injection of Sarah Wall can spark something. Curran. Causing the contact. No, there was some miscommunication between Wall and Kydd. And McMahon, she had her hands all over that one. It was poor from the Swifts that time.
Contact on Liz Ellis. Unfortunate, she came through around the body quite cleanly, actually.
So how's it contact? She just looks like she's contacting the ball.
Well, obviously the umpire saw that she was coming around and pinged her. I didn't think it was.
Oof. That was a perfect pass amongst the defenders to pick out Cynna Kydd. And Phoenix have got 3 in a row.
Be interesting to see how Allie Broadbent goes on Sarah Wall, because she is a zippy and fast player. Probably not unlike Sharelle McMahon, so she should do okay.
Prattley gives off again. Oops.
Replays.
Oh, how did she have control of that?
I am not sure, and I'm not the umpire, but we could ask her after the match.
Well, it probably didn't matter because it got batted back to a Phoenix player. But,
oh, she's done well there trying to challenge that ball. Kimberlee Green.
If you're going to replay a ball, the ball has to be dropped, which infers you had control of it.
Yeah.
How did she have control of that?
She hadn't ever had one hand on it.
Contact from defence, Goldberg.
Play on.
Unless you're kind of dribbling at basketball.
Yeah, I know.
Style.
Yeah. Contact there on Monia Gerrard.
We can bang on about the replay rule, can't we? Just talk us through it, and here it comes.
So they're saying she had control there and then dropped.
Maybe she did drop it, actually.
Yeah.
She had two hands to it. I'm nearly prepared to take that back. Really?
Oh, Steve. Contact again on Monia. She's got 7 penalties to her name.
Phoenix have scored the last 5. Watch out.
See, I told you so.
Contact against Green. Chocolate. McMahon, Wall. Is enjoying herself out there, and Cynna Kydd can't quite. Oh, yes, she can with the second attempt that fell through hands.
It was a good tip by Sharelle McMahon. He got a bit of airtime and hung in the air and tipped it back into her teammate, Cynna Kydd.
Ingrid Dick.
Well read by unfortunate Allie Broadbent. I thought she came around Sarah Wall flat-footed. She read it nicely, but the umpires called her.
Kydd looked well set for that goal. Never looked like missing. 7 in a row for Phoenix. Gerrard to Prattley.
So they've got to make sure they score this time, Sydney. Phoenix have had the last 7.
Obstruction against Chocolate. Green to Cox. Yes, Ingrid was there.
That was Sharelle McMahon. Captain trying to yell to her troops. Oh, great move. Big roll to the post by Susan Prattley.
And Prattley on 17 from 20. McMahon, Wall. She's come on very enthusiastically. wants every pass. And a slick delivery to McMahon.
Oh, off balance there, Sharelle.
Good position though for the rebound from Cynna Kydd. Green bounces it to Cox. Gerrard. Swifts having to be patient. Contact against Curran in the circle.
We've got to make sure the Sydney Swifts, they keep presenting, keep coming forward. Oh, well kept in there by Susan Pratley, but unfortunately no one there crumbing for her. They'd all left the edge of the ring. So it's a Phoenix throw-in on the sideline.
Chatfield gets it set. Chocolate, Wall, McMahon. There's a new confidence about Phoenix in the last few minutes, Eloise.
Sarah Wall has injected some enthusiasm in there. Running around, demanding the ball, feeding well.
Contact was inside the circle. McMahon can take the step and not quite take the goal.
Great
Ellis.
Rebound by Alice.
Good settler. And Swift's lead has been trimmed to just 3. Cox. Working with Gilsenan and thieved it. Is there such a word? There is tonight, this afternoon. Curran to Wall. Penalties have evened out. 38-34 against Phoenix. They were 7 or 8 more than the Swifts just after half-time. We're closing in on 3/4 time.
Actually unfortunate there on Monia Gerrard. I thought probably Cynna pushed her way in, but she'll take it anyway and misses the shot, but Sharelle's free goes well.
McMahon, 13 from 20, Kydd 17 from 26, so 65%, and they're still in it. They've pulled the Swifts back to 77%.
Good umpiring, allowed for the contest.
Pratley. She won't miss from here. The Phoenix have had 2 more attempts. The trail by 4. Kydd, great take. Wall. Oh, just got to get it to her. She was absolutely open.
Don't see, because when you have Monia Gerrard and Liz Ellis coming at you, you can sometimes get a little bit scared of that. So she did well as a young player to go, no, I'm not going to throw this away. I'm going to feed it well. And Sharelle, great defense.
Clipped on the back of the head by Gerrard, and again, it's a good no call from the umpires, but they throw it away, Phoenix. Gilsenan. Whoa, Broadbent and Whoa, just clean each other up.
But it's great netball to watch. This is what the fans come to see.
Gilsenan to Cox, and Green available in the pocket. And that's a call of a deliberate offside continually against Ingrid Dick, so the shot is offered to Catherine Cox, and she spurns the opportunity. Chocolate. And the last few seconds of the third. Cynna Kydd might run out of time here. Oh, they will. Just lost the chance to do something about the lead of 3, as it was at half-time, but Phoenix were in all sorts of trouble, but made a great run at the Swifts, and I think they'll be fairly buoyant about their chances in the last quarter. It's the Swifts 34-31. Monia Gerrard back from knee reconstruction surgery last season, and she is having a whale of a game.
She's been fantastic. Her presence on court is phenomenal. She really demands the ball, and she certainly is one player that I can say in the history of our game of netball to be able to run with Sharelle McMahon. It's a very hard task, but she does it with ease. She comes through, drives down into their attack end, but also crumbs or dishes off with one hand, plays on. She's really highly skilled and a phenomenal athlete. Oh, took that. Well, wasn't happy with Sharelle McMahon then giving her a shirt front. She gets up and plays on, and it probably makes her play even harder.
Great athlete, an unusual person in some ways too. She'll say the most outrageous things. She's got a wicked sense of humour and has got the game to back up the talk. And that was a beautifully read rebound. We said how well she reads the ball off the rings.
They just use her so well coming into attack, the Sydney Swifts, and I think that is a great part of her game.
Julie Fitzgerald and Liz Ellis do most of the talking.
Don't forget, you can get your prizes from the merchandise area in the foyer. Are you okay, Melbourne? Are you doing all right? Have a look at the scoreboard there. Have a look at the scoreboard. Where's the Phoenix performance? Show us your Phoenix colours.
Yeah. And having a chat there, Julie, to Vanessa Ware, who's going to come on at wing attack. So Kimberlee Green looks like she's getting an early rest. Let's have a look at some stats to this point, Eloise.
Well, obviously the penalties are quite even. Rebounds are even as well. Look at the intercepts. Again, they're even. It's a tight contest here. As I said before, it's the percentage of the goals. Melbourne Phoenix, to get into this game, they've really got to make sure they keep capitalising on their shooting.
Sam Dennis has been listening at the Melbourne Phoenix end. Sam.
Well, the Phoenix came straight off the bench and Julie went straight up to Cynna Kydd and patted her on the back and said, keep doing exactly what you're doing. Just watch your passes around the circle because Lizzie and Mon tend to pick them off. They're playing a lot smarter this time. The attack end, instead of going over the top, which is what Liz and Mon are great at picking off, they're just playing smartly. They're sharp passes, so if they can just keep that up, then they're in with a chance.
They certainly are as we get ready for the last quarter. 34-31 the visitors. Looking for a little Phoenix revenge here, having lost the grand final last year 61-44 and the major semi just by 2 goals.
And she skids. Whoa! And throws it up and it goes in. And she even knows it's lucky. She ran away with a giggle.
So did Cynna Kydd. Pratley. And the Swifts answer.
And Julie Prendergast has come on at goal defence for the Melbourne Phoenix. Johanna Curran been taken off.
So we've got 2 wing attacks, a Wall and Ware. Kydd. Short. Yeah, that was Ellis's ball all the way. Contact in the end was against McMahon. Cox, Gilsenan, Pratley, nice roll. That was very Kristen Heinrichish.
Great pressure on the shot by Julie Prendergast.
Gilsenan has batted it back.
Oh, the umpire's down.
Umpire's down too. Now, I think she's made the right call too, Kate White. Well done. I don't know how she managed to see that and to get up, make the call. Unflappable. Well done.
We've had a few players fall over, actually. I'm thinking there's something wrong with the court.
And Kate Wright's just flexing the right ankle. I hope she's all right. Down she goes.
Recovered well.
Composure. Gilsenan into Pratley, unmarked. You see, I would like to have seen her shoot there. Prendergast is on at goal defence, replacing Curran.
Pratley looks so confident at goal. She turns when she gets in line and gets in rhythm. She rarely misses.
Just a point about that Prendergast-Curran substitution, Eloise. When we got the team sheets at the start of the match, Prendergast's name had been crossed out and Curran put in at goalkeeper by the manager. So I wonder, Julie Hornweg was in 2 minds, or was that a mistake?
Well, I think she is. And when you watch them train, you know, it's very even. And I think maybe because Catherine Cox in the end came out to goal attack at the start of the match, maybe she thought Johanna Curran was going to run with her and save Julie for later.
Where cross court to Gilsenan. Always risky, those transverse passes. Ware. Cox, she can work to Gilsenan, who's broken away in the corner from Ingrid Dick. Now Prattley. And the Swifts have scored 4 in a row here. Break it open, 38-32. Phoenix have shown they can make a run back at them. Prattley, a little swat round the corner from Prendergast, ineffective. So that's nearly a replay.
They've called obstruction on Bianca Chatfield for creeping in.
Ingrid Dick just venturing in offside. You could argue it was deliberate, but it's under the eyes of a different umpire this quarter. Cox. Well, she worked to the front of Prendergast, but it went to Prattley. And Prattley on very healthy stats. 22 from 26, 85%.
Very good shooting there by Susan Prattley.
Wall. Ingrid Dick gets it to McMahon, and McMahon rifles it. Just a few feet. Gilsenan. Prattley. Broadbent looking for Kath Cox. Contact and nod. You don't see that anymore. Sarah Wall says, "You were right,
Oh, I'd like to see the replay of that one. Unfortunately, Julie Prendergast got called for the contact inside the circle, so...
Contact from the bench outside.
Chocolate.
Contact keeper, where you are, shooter.
Well, 3 or 4 penalties, and Cox just walks it in. That's the fall you wanted to see.
See, tripping over someone's foot isn't a contact.
Oh, she gave her a hip before that, though. We can disagree about that one, Ellen.
Well, we can. That's one.
Cynna Kydd, goal.
Nice shot there.
Still looks like the shooting percentage below 70 is going to hurt Phoenix in this game. 67 to 77. The attempts are almost identical. Swifts have just had one more, but lead it by 6. Oh, that was going to be a rolled ball, just about. But fortunately for the Swifts, there's another penalty. Vanessa Ware took a big risk there.
She did, and Catherine Cox is really having a key role in this game. She's settling them very well. Compared to the Melbourne Phoenix, what Kath is doing is making sure her shots count. And that's what you have to do in these big matches.
Ingrid Dick. And Phoenix throw in. They need this one, down by 7.
Offside centre.
And Ingrid Dick was offside.
Well, she called her for deliberately going offside in the last third, last quarter.
Nearly got it back. Where Gilsenan. A bit of confusion amongst Prattley and Cox, but they worked something out. Cox to shoot over Prendergast, and that is a killer. 42-34. Now, just to explain here, I want to show this rolled ball again. Not that it mattered, but where, I mean, it was bouncing, but barely.
Yeah,
Would you have called that?
Probably. I mean, you can't roll a ball,
No.
so it did look like a roll, but they were calling the penalty prior to that, so maybe she was rolling it into place. Who knows?
No, she wasn't.
We'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
It was a 2-inch bounce, I guess. Yeah, that's all it has to do. Maybe she would have got away with it. It doesn't matter now.
Nice ball there by Natasha. She'd be disappointed with that one. It's the pressure that the Swifts are putting on is intense.
Well done, Chocolate, but it spills to Gerrard, and it's on to Prattley in a trice. Cox to shoot over Chatfield. Oh no, out it comes. Prendergast gives it straight to Cox. What was that? She'd like to take that one back. Oh, a gift goal.
Something you can't do.
Contact goal defence, centre third.
Not on.
Swifts by 10 now.
I know Julie is very disappointed with that. You can tell by the look of her face. Great movement by the Swifts.
Yeah.
Great hands by Catherine, nice and quick.
Prattley. Well, Julie Fitzgerald took a bit of a punt that Vanessa Ware could carry on the good work of Kimberlee Green, and it was no punt at all because she's done exactly as the coach wanted.
defence contact.
The great thing, I suppose, Eloise, about having good quality mid-court players and extras on the bench is that you can use those fresh legs, because they're the ones doing the fierce amount of running across the game. Not to say that you lazy goalers don't do anything, but my point is, if you can replace a mid-courter with another one of similar ability, it's great.
It certainly does. And over the years with the Melbourne Phoenix, we've had that ability, and it's something that maybe the Swifts have looked at because they haven't had that. And certainly this year, this is something that they can use and capitalise on, because fresh legs in the mid-court certainly helps. Keeps those drives and moves coming forward into the attack end.
Contact on the ball. Prendergast, Cox now. Yeah, I'm trying to turn Joe Sutton, a wing defence mainly at the darters, into another centre. So, of course, they've got Jackie Murphy as another wing defence. But some depth there.
Oh, taken.
Super take from McMahon. But she and Cynna Kydd shooting at 68%. You have to say that Ellis and Gerrard have done a great job putting pressure over every shot and work them hard around the circle. That's what it's about too, isn't it? You make them a bit puffed before they take the shot.
Yes, it certainly is. If you can get the goalers on the move and get the goal shooter driving out and doing a lot of work, by the time they get into there to put the shot up, they're pooped. They're trying to settle, and certainly it can upset their rhythm.
Has run to the centre and back. Now she's up the post and gets it. Just distracting her for my own interest about just what we were saying. I mean, she's run to the centre, run back, taken the shot and taken the goal. One very fit athlete. Gerrard, little pass around the corner.
A little no flick off.
Bratley bounces one around the problem. But it's come off Phoenix for a Swifts ball. Cox, Gilsenan, Bratley. Oh, gee, they could have given up a contact there. Cox on Prendergast, but Kate Wright says Swifts throw in.
Contact, all defence.
Yep, that's fair enough.
Contact there by Julie Prendergast, just coming through after Catherine Cox had actually taken the ball, flicked the ball out of her hands.
Cox on 71%. Pratley's the standout shooter at the moment on 26 from 31, 84. So 77, 69 in terms of shooting percentages at a team level. Ingrid Dick. Gilsenan, cross to Ware, and Cox.
Great move, drove out hard out of her attacking goal circle and took Bianca Chatfield with her, but dodged back to the post. And great defence there by Selina Gilsenan, getting the tip on the centre pass.
Ware, Cox.
Contact, he's hard at the top. Further around, please.
Thought you were saying where is Cox? But she's right there. She's passed it nicely over.
Pratley. I think, considering the fairly limited build-up that the Swifts had in their pre-season with Commonwealth Games athletes away, Broadbent didn't even play the first round.
And injuries as well.
But they've settled this lineup well to take this out as they're going to do against the Swifts. Now, this is back-to-back losses for Phoenix, 61-56 last week.
It'll actually be unknown territory for the Phoenix, having to cope with 2 losses in a row. That hasn't happened for a while.
Hand on the shot. That's not the ball, not the hand, says the umpire. Chatfield.
That's what any young defender coming up should watch Bianca then. Even though Susan Pratley and Catherine Cox were quite close to the post, a lot of defenders wouldn't bother putting their hand up. But Bianca was all over it, hoping that they'd miss.
McMahon. Obstruction against Ellis. Well, she thought she might have got that just right, but she always does.
She was just having a little rest, I think. Taking her time to get the ball back.
McMahon has just lifted her stats to 72% from 68 just a few moments ago. Wall. Well, it was a good idea, but you've got to be quick to receive a pass that's just off the hands that smartly. Ware, Pratley, Cox. Under 2 minutes to go. Five times champions, Melbourne Phoenix. In fact, they've only finished once below third, and that was in 1999. What were you doing that year? You were just taking it easy. Finished fifth.
I think Liz Boniello did her first knee that year. That might have had something to do with it.
All right. Pratley. We've picked up an excellent player here in Susan Pratley.
But I must say that when Liz Boniello did have her injuries, it enabled us to blood one of Australia's top defenders now, and that is Bianca Chatfield. So it was a bad thing for Lizzie, but certainly a great thing for Australian netball to have Bianca come through and learn and get the experience.
It's the Swifts by a dozen inside the last minute as Ware. Cox rifles them past to Gilsenan. Against Chocolate, top of the circle.
She's had a good game, Cox. As soon as I say that, see, commentators voodoo.
Curse, yeah, that's how it works.
She's been really strong down there in their attack end and led, which has been great as a vice captain of the club.
A few disappointed Phoenix fans leaving Vodafone Arena. And we've got an injury in the very last few seconds. She's not done anything serious as she receives, it's Heidi Pollington, is it?
It's Heidi Pollington, and it's her ankle that she's, if I can lip read correctly.
Well, there's only 20 seconds to go in the match. Terrible. A bad injury came in the last minute. She certainly doesn't want to see out the last few seconds. Tears of some pain being wiped away, but Sharelle's always, as always, had a great match.
Great tip off there, tapping it to her goaler.
That'd test out your ankles. McMahon on 19 from 26, not a normal high standard or high shooting return.
She'll be disappointed with her statistics, but she has done an awful lot of work around the outside of the circle as well.
Ellis away to Gilsenan. Only a few moments left as the Swifts put the finishing touches on a good win, one that will give them encouragement for later in the season. You're looking at two top four sides here. And Cox got that one through just in time. 52 to 40. The players shake hands, an unusual end to the match.
Well, certainly an unusual.
53-40 should be.
Certainly an unusual match, the way we had a time called and Sharelle McMahon having her injury. That's not good for the Melbourne Phoenix. They'll be disappointed if she's injured.
It was 23-20 at half-time. The Swifts dominant in the second half, although at three-quarter time the lead was also only 3. Julie Fitzgerald can be very proud of what the team has done here. Broadbent, Gerrard and Ellis in particular provided a platform in defence that helped them set up the win.
Certainly their defence was absolutely phenomenal and great hands over pressure all the time.
Well, Susan Pratley is with Sam Dennis. Sam.
Hey Susan, great game. Were you happy with it?
Yeah, I was really happy with it. Against the Phoenix, you have to step up, and I guess I stepped up tonight, which is a good thing.
You started off at goal shooter, you moved to goal attack. What was the reasoning behind that one?
We started out with Kath out, thinking we'd have a bit more movement in the circle, but Kath wanted to come back in, so I went out.
Great, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
So Catherine pulled the reins there. That's an interesting little insight into what happened there.
Wanted to get back and have a rest in the hammock down there. That's what I used to say.
I'm sure Natasha Chokljat's probably a little disappointed with what's happened today, but she's down there now with Sam.
Hey Tash, unlucky. I guess it didn't really work out the way you wanted. What went wrong out there?
Definitely didn't turn out the way we wanted, and actually I think most people will be pretty disappointed in their performance. We sort of didn't really get the flow in attack that we liked. The ball was sort of getting intercepted and it was absolutely flying down court, so I think we need to go back to basics, sort of get the ball moving and flowing in attack, and obviously in the defence end we need to hold it up a little bit more. It was coming down far too fast, and obviously when you've got Coxie down the end, and she's pretty much unstoppable at sometimes, so yeah.
I'm coming off a loss from last week. How did your preparation differ from weeks before?
Training was actually a lot harder this week, and we were sort of just going back to basics, getting the flow and really knuckling down on the defence end. So we were actually pretty positive coming into this game and hoping we'd lift from last week, but yeah, unfortunately it didn't pan out that way.
Unlucky. Hopefully good luck for next week.
Thanks very much, man.
Just a few differences in stats, not many though. There's 5 turnovers difference between them, but in the end, sort of rebounds, penalties, not a lot in it. So,
well, it certainly wasn't. It was really the shooting percentages that was the key factor to the match. And obviously, yeah, 68% shooting percentage for the team for Phoenix wasn't that good.
Well, Alison Broadbent on Friday night was helping us out in commentary and playing tonight. She's now with Sam.
Ali, great game. What were you most happy with tonight?
Oh, look, I think it's just fantastic that Mon and Liz and I, we love playing together up the back end there, and we're having a lot of fun. And Sel moving into the centre, I think, is just gelling really nicely. And I think our attack end just worked so well together tonight. They took a little while to get into it, but once they got into it, they worked superbly.
Half-time, what did Julie say to you?
Work harder. No, basically just keep the short passes coming. Keep the patience there and really try and have the drives onto the ball. I think that's last week we didn't really have the drive onto the ball, and that's something we wanted to work on tonight.
Okay, you've got an ice pack on your knee. Is it anything serious?
No, just bad knees.
Next week, so what can you take from this game and put on to next week?
Look, I think we've got a great combination. We've got some girls sitting on the bench there. It'd be nice to get them on the court, and we've got a lot of depth there, and I think we've got the Datas next Friday night, so it'll be interesting to see how they go, and I'm sure they're getting better each week, but I think we just need to get bigger and better each week and try and work on our own game.
Well, congratulations, great game, Ali.
Thanks.
Yes, they do indeed have the Datas next week, and that might be an opportunity, Eloise, to get some of their bench players on, particularly Murphy and Sutton and Erin Bell.
Well, certainly. It'd be great to get those girls on and give them an opportunity. And when you've got ends like you have with Coxie down there and Alice down one end, you can fiddle around with your mid-court and give everyone else a go, I think, and keep those two stable.
Let's have a look at some stats out of this match between Melbourne Phoenix and Sydney Swifts.
Well, penalties were a bit higher there for the Melbourne Phoenix. In the end, I think they were a little bit undisciplined, but rebounds even, turnovers was pretty high by both teams, and I think that was because it was a high standard. Intercepts quite even, and attempts, you know, Sydney Swifts had more, but certainly they capitalised on what they did have, and they shot 78% to Melbourne Phoenix, disappointing 68% shooting percentage. They'll be going back to the training session this week and focusing on that.
Cynna Kydd, 64%, Sharelle McMahon, 73%. I just want to contrast that with last week when they shot 80% and 93% respectively against the Adelaide Thunderbirds, and that's a huge difference.
It does, and look, to be in the match, you need to shoot over 80% as a team total. And I will guarantee that on most netball matches, if you get that percentage by the team total, you'll be doing okay.
Sam Dennis once again.
Sarah, great game. That's your first game against the Swifts. How did it go?
Yeah, obviously not the result that we wanted, but it was fantastic to come on court and just to give it everything. But yeah, we've got plenty more up our sleeve.
It was really tough out there. Did you get bumped around a lot?
Yeah, I know the physical presence on the court is a lot different to state league standards, so I mean that's obviously a big difference, but yeah, we've just got to learn to toughen up and stand up tall.
How was your preparation coming into the game?
We had great preparation. We had 3 court work sessions, and Julie had in place everything that we needed to know. I just think that maybe we need to work on a few more strategies, but that comes with practice and things.
At half-time, what did Julie say to you?
She talked about working on our angles and cutting to the top. We really focused on getting out attacking end positioned well for the goalers, but just to keep driving and just to give our best.
Well, good luck for next week.
Yeah, thank you.
One of the positives out of that match will be that they got Sarah Wall on there, and what do you learn in your first match against the Swifts?
Well, certainly how tough it is on Ali Broadbent. She's a big body and presence, so certainly she would find that challenging, but I think Sarah had a great game to come on, and it was tough for her. We were down, but I think she did an all right job.
Swifts will be pleased to have got that result. Let's have a look at the table table now after 4 rounds, and it's still the Thunderbirds on top, but the Swifts with them. They're the 2 teams that remain unbeaten. The Orioles and Phoenix are 3rd and 4th. Orioles 3 wins, Phoenix 2, and then we've got a few teams on a win apiece. The Firebirds, the Jaegers and the Kestrels. The Darters still looking for their first points. Next week on ABC2, we'll be back in Melbourne, but at Waverley for the Kestrels match against the Adelaide Thunderbirds, live from 8 o'clock Friday night. Saturdays on ABC TV. Join us for Super Series bowls. Next week, it's the men's singles final from the World Cup in Warilla. Then at 6, the Ultimate Sport.